Hello guys. Welcome to my channel. My name is Miracle, Mimi for short. If this is the first time seeing my face, you are welcome. So our next video is from Base Conservative and it says mouthwash destroyed unprepared transgender activists in an hilarious debate. Come on, I trust mouthwash and I know what he can do. No dull moment with him. Let's check it out.
Transgender people tend to have the brain structure that confirms their identity that they identify with. And you can look that up. That's a fact.
I will look that up.
Yeah, it's a fact.
I will look that up and I won't find it.
Yeah.
It's not a fact. It's
Oh,
not a fact.
Should we all pull out Google really quick? Look.
So you're saying a trans man has the brain of a woman?
No.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Hope all is good wherever you are. In this video, we're going to watch Matt Walsh debate a trans activist on suicidality in the trans community.
So you've talked a lot about the mental illness and depressed and anxious population in the trans community, but you don't talk about the happy people in the trans community and how these preventative measures of, let's say, like puberty and the surgeries that go for gender affirmation and how these are life-changing and life-saving. I know many people...
How do you know?
Oh, okay. 1 second, if I can finish my conversation.
Okay.
Many people in my life have had these interventions made, and it's saved their lives. I can list dozens of people in my life. So what do you have to say for...
You can list dozens of people who had surgeries and drugs as children and would be dead today if they hadn't?
I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. Dozens of people who have had interventions, including gender affirming, let's say therapies, yes, hormones, surgery.
Yeah, see, if a kid is depressed, you don't treat the depression. You treat the depression. I mean to say, if your child is depressed or is worried or is having some kind of issues, you address those issues. You treat those the depression or whatsoever, and you not mutilate them and start a family over it. Yes. You don't go destroying the child's life that you are arranging the child or you are putting a permanent how would I put this in English? You see, you are putting a permanent solution or a permanent solution to the child's depression, which will even more put him in more danger, more good than harm, more harm than good, I mean to say. You let the child decide for himself and not you.
Interventions made, and it's saved their lives. I can list dozens of people in my life. So what do you have to say for...
You can list dozens of people who had surgeries and drugs as children and would be dead today if they hadn't?
I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. Dozens of people who have had interventions, including gender affirming, let's say therapies, yes, hormones, surgeries, that have made their lives better. I'm not saying it didn't force them to commit suicide, but it made their lives better. What do you have to say for the happy trans community?
I guess I would throw back at you first, because the burden of proof is on you on this one. And I'll explain why the burden of proof is on you. Because, as I went over in the talk, for thousands of years, human beings existed, and there was no such thing as trying to medically transition people into another gender. And as far as we know, there was no suicide epidemic because of it. And then in the last few years, people like yourself have come along and said, we desperately need to do this or people will be in despair and they might kill themselves. So you are making a claim that contradicts common sense, science, biology, also the entire experience of the whole history of the human race. And so what that means is that the burden of proof is on you to support it. And so I'm going to ask you, you said that people need this stuff so they can live happier lives and potentially it'd be life-saving, you said even. Aside from your anecdotes of your friends who told you so, how do you know that?
Okay, so thinking back to when I was 16 in an anatomy class, when I learned that transgender people tend to have the brain structure that confirms their identity that they identify with. And you can look that up. That's a fact.
I will look that up.
Yeah, it's a fact.
I will
It's a
look that
fact.
up and I won't find it.
Yeah.
It's not a fact.
Oh.
It's not a fact.
Should we all pull out Google really quick and look?
So you're saying a trans man has the brain of a woman?
No.
This girl whipped out the phone and said, yeah, it's a quick Google search, and searched absolute.
Look it up. It's literally, I'm telling you, I learned it from my anatomy class when I was 16. And I looked up the fact before I walked up here because I knew that you would ask.
Okay. That's not true, but it also doesn't answer the question. So let's try to stay focused on one false claim at a time if we can, because we might get bogged down.
Okay.
So you said, you actually started by saying that blocking puberty, which is chemical castration of a child.
Just one example, yeah.
Yeah.
Just one example, yeah.
Yeah, is life-saving.
It can be.
How do you know?
Because there are children who have been suicidal that have had these interventions made.
What children? How do you know? And how many children have had that done
Me personally,
and then
I
are
haven't
still
met
suicidal?
children. Me personally, I haven't met enough trans children to answer that question.
Okay.
But I know
You are
that the
making-
research exists.
You're making this statement, you're stating it as a fact in front of all these people. There must be a reason, there must be something that you encountered that led you to this rather radical conclusion that to save a child's life, you have to chemically castrate him.
Not every child. No, sir.
Okay, well, that is what you just said. The drugs we give to kids for puberty blockers, so-called puberty blockers, originally are cancer drugs used to treat prostate cancer. They're also used to chemically castrate sex offenders and child rapists. Now we give them to physically healthy kids. You're saying that we need to do that or they will die. And so one last time I'm going to ask you, what evidence do you have of that remarkable claim?
I don't think I claimed that every child would benefit from that.
Well, no, I didn't say you did.
Okay,
You
well,
said
no,
puberty
you did,
blockers.
you did.
You said puberty blockers are life-saving. What
I
evidence do
said
you have for that?
they can be.
So
The
how do you
evidence
know?
is the encounters with patients who have had these procedures done, and it has saved their, I don't want to say it saved their lives, but it has made their lives better. I can't confirm whether or not they're alive right this second, but there are children that it has helped. So what do you have to say for the happy trans community who has benefited from these procedures? That's my question
I guess what I
for
have
you.
to say is that your entire question is built on a whole stack of false premises that you can't begin to even remotely defend. So it's a faulty question from the start. I reject your premise. I absolutely reject that there are any kids who need to be chemically castrated in order to be happy.
Okay.
Hey guys, I don't even know how to say this or how to explain this, but your brain, it's fully formed or it's fully matured maybe when you are 25 years old or when you are 20 years old, but the general accepted age is 18 years. Guys, even at 18 years, there are some people that have not even found themselves. There are some people that have not even know their purpose of some kind of things. There are some people that they cannot even think for themselves. The legal age to drink or to misbehave, some say it's 21, some say it is 18, some say it is as far as your head can carry it. In Nigeria, as far as your head can carry it. Like, guys, the fact is that no minor is allowed access to chemical or physical mutilation of his or her body. You are not allowed. Gosh, I wonder why the doctors agreed to this. Like, any parents that allow any parents that allow such thing to happen to his or her child, that person is a child abuser. You are abusing your child, the child that you gave birth to. You take him to the hospital, you take her to the hospital, innocent boobs or bust, they'll have to cut it out, not for anything. No, you're not even having a breast cancer, nothing. You just, because you want to be a man, you want to have man body, then you will now take it, they will now go and cut it, and you that they are cutting it, you are happy. You as a man, you go, then they will go and cut your, hey, Jesus, hey. How do you guys feel? Like, because the thing, I don't wonder, like, this kind of thing, it always makes me to wonder. I don't sit down to think, how do you feel when there are some women crying that this will be cut off? You, as a lady, you are happy. There are some women that are suffering from breast cancer. Some women even died going through it because they cannot sustain the pain. But you, that God has blessed with everything, you are not sick, nothing is wrong with you. You allow them to mutilate yourself. You mutilate yourself just because you want to be a boy. And you, a boy, you want to be a girl. How? Like, are you happy? I don't know. Is it that you were forced, or is it that we have some girl, we have some boys? Me, before, I love wearing men clothes, especially their tops. I love it. I love, sometimes I love dressing like a guy, wear cap. Oh boy, how you dey? Wetin dey happen? Wetin dey shele? Like, I love doing like a guy sometimes, but that doesn't make me to go and turn myself into a man, or I'll go and mutilate myself and to make me to be a man. No, it doesn't. And all this depression, what is making you to have depression? You are depressed because you want to be a man, or you are depressed, you as a woman, you want to be a man, and you as a man, you want to be a woman. My gender, wetin I no go see for this world? Things dey happen. Oh, things are really happening. Oh, hey, I just love what Walsh did. I just love the way, I just love it. How is she thinking for someone like that to ask such a question? And she's a college student. So why are you going to school? Like, what are you doing? What are you doing in school? Yes, why are you going to school? Why are you studying? Why are you learning? I don't get it. Is it that you are wasting your parents' money or what? America, you guys should sit up. Sit up. Just sit up. All these things is not helping. Do well by your child. Do right by your child. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Let me know if you are truly impressed with what Matt Walsh said to the college students. In the comment section, like, watch, and subscribe to my channel, and have a wonderful day ahead. Bye bye.